Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna help you out to teach you guys how to make a pretty solid shotgun deck. So quick kill is preference. I like having 50% accuracy, around there, right? Then you want 2 reload speed cards, mag coupler and scattergun skills. I like having minimum 90% reload speed. If you go even higher, it's diminishing returns, but the effect does go higher than 100%. Hyper focus for the multiplicative weak spot damage. Rolling thunder for flat damage, which is multiplicative. Large caliber rounds for the bullet damage is multiplicative. Mark for death, multiplicative. Confident killer, multiplicative. And shredder, multiplicative. Okay, so you guys might be wondering, what do I mean when I say multiplicative? So currently, in how damage works in Back for Blood, there are multiplicative / additive damage cards, and where you're going to look at is, it says weak spot damage, that's a bracket. Damage, that's a bracket. Bullet damage, bracket. Mark for these buff cards are brackets as well. Like witness is a separate bracket, mark for death is a separate bracket. Confident killer is mutation damage, so that's a bracket. Shredder is applying a debuff, also multiplicative, right? Another multiplicative card. There's 2 multiplicative cards that I do not have in this deck, and that's because 1, we can't EDS. That's Patient Hunter. 2 is Chemical Courage. Chemical Courage is a buff where you drink pills in 60 seconds you get 25% increased damage. Personally, I don't think that's worth having a deck because that requires you to be popping pills, right? But if I find the card out on an intel in the wild, I'll use it. So you might be asking, what do you pop for these last slots? Before that, I want to say your sniper should be running Mark for Death, but if they're not, then put it in yourself. The multiplicative damage is huge, not only for yourself, but for your whole team. Okay. So what you put in these slots can either be additive damage, ammo capacity. Let's say you want more ammo, because you're running out of ammo, your team doesn't give you ammo, etc. So you're gonna go shell carrier. It gives you additive damage plus 30% ammo capacity. And if you're still having ammo issues, you go ammo belt. And 50% ammo capacity, 50% reload speed, pretty solid. You guys want movement speed? Could do some movement speed too. Personally, I play with 0 movement speed. So you can go ahead and get Mad Dash and run like hell. So the reason I don't use stamina cards, I find them a waste currently, and that's because distance is more important than longevity. Whereas in most situations, you should be able to manage your stamina and get the distance you need. Or if it's with blitzing, you just want to be able to dodge as long as possible. And what a lot of people don't do, what you should do is, while you're sprinting, jump 180, punch, and then go ahead and then 180 again, and then keep running. Or you can do 180 punch, shoot some rating off you, and then keep running to you're in a good situation. Another thing is, considering that we can buy stamina upgrades, stamina cards are a lot less important. So for the last 2 slots, you have different options: copper or utility. You can do some money grubbers, you can fit as a fiddle, things like that. So I'm going to give you guys 2 examples of a shotguns deck that I'm running. So currently, I run the Pinata deck with shotgun. As you can see here, I have my multiplicative damage that I'm looking for. I use glass cannon, and there's 2 builds. Well, let's say one build that you want glass cannon in, and the reason and the build that you use glass cannon in is the offensive builds, because it works with everything, grenades and accessories, right? So that's an added bonus. The reason that I don't suggest the other builds to bring glass cannon is because it's currently bugged. I hope they fix it in a patch that's coming in 2 days. And what I mean by it's bugged, it's doing additive damage to weak spot. It's supposed to calculate glass cannon after and add a 0.25% times multiplier, but it's not doing that right now. So glass cannon is not a good card to run right now. That's why it's way better to run Rolling Thunder if you're doing a pure shotgun deck. Okay, so we have hyper focus. Let's look at the weak spot damage. And if you're wondering, weak spot damage does work with grenades. So, however, you need to throw it at the weak spot for it to activate. We have the bullet damage here, and then we have the generic offensive damage. Confident killer, we have that here too. And same with shredder. And we have shell carrier here, right, just for the extra little bit of ammo. And then I'll show you guys the other deck that I've been testing. It is a shit ton of additive damage. However, I'm able to three-shot bruisers in the weak spot in this build, and I'm pretty satisfied, to be honest. Just stacking damage. It allows me to be able to kill all the mutations before they get to my team, and that's what I'm looking for. And the quicker a mutation dies, less damage your team can take from those mutations, and that's really important. And that's one of the reasons I don't run movement speed. The reason I run movement speed is to avoid damage, right? But if I'm killing the threat, what's the point of movement speed, right? That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.